1 year ago, William Byron was upset and angry, but this year, very emotional and happy. William Byron wins at Darlington and gets redemption. Let's get started with this race review.
Back to reality.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of In the NASCAR. Today, this is the Goodyear 400 race review. We'll be talking about the incidents that happened in yesterday's race, which is the Goodyear 400. And yeah, guys, this video, this race review will, as you guys can see, this video is out today, but the race is yesterday. So, in this footage I'm recording now is made after the race. So this is a pre-recorded race review. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and get started with the race. On the pole was Martin Truex Jr. and on the outside was Bubba Wallace, and there was really nothing much to say about the first three-fourths of the race. Stage 1 and Stage 2 dominated by Martin Truex Jr. Martin Truex Jr. literally dominated Stage 1 and Stage 2, and nothing really much happened, guys. And then the first caution in Stage 1 came out for fluid, and then Denny Hamlin, that's where he effectively hit the wall, and that ended his run at not run at top 10, but ended his chance of having a good car. So, but I'm not mad at all, really, not mad at all about that, guys, because he already had a win last week. So, yeah, but no one could stop Martin Truex Jr. in Stage 1. Nobody did, guys. Nobody stopped Martin Truex Jr. from winning. Nobody stopped Martin Truex Jr. from winning Stage 1. And he did. Martin Truex Jr. won Stage 1. Track position in this race was key. You gotta not race your opponents. You gotta race the racetrack, guys. Darlington's one of those tracks where if you don't manage your tires, you're gonna be messed up. So, yeah. But then in the second stage, it was practically clean. Like Martin Truex Jr. dominated until Ross Chastain came up and then passed Martin Truex Jr. And then on the final And then on the final lap of Stage 2, Martin Truex Jr. gave it all. Got in the Chastain, Truex spun out, and Ross Chastain won Stage 2. But from there, Stage 3 was fun to watch. And yeah, we had Eric Jones. He had a problem, spun out in front of a field. He got like a tire, got a loose wheel. Tire came off, and that collected a bunch of cars there. And then we had another green flag run there with William Byron, Kyle Larson was starting to look up there. Ross Chastain, Chevrolet in the second half of this race was really on the upside. So the first half of this race was really dominated by Toyota. The second was won by Chevrolet, and Chevrolet did win today's race. And I think the fastest Ford was Brad Keselowski. But as you guys know, at that big crash that happened, which we're gonna talk about that in a little bit in more detail. But yeah. And then there was this spin about Ryan Newman. As you guys don't know, Ryan Newman is officially back to NASCAR. He'll be racing a few races in the number 51 car. He'll be mostly racing at the shorter ovals because of the safety of this car, which I clearly understand that. And on the Fox Sports broadcast today, we had Kyle Petty and Richard Petty up in Stage 1. Carl Edwards, man, it's so good to see Carl Edwards back in the booth. Well, Carl Edwards back in general, just for a visit. So he was there for Stage 2. And then Bill Elliott was up there in the booth for Stage 3. I think the broadcast was pretty good. So, yeah, and then after the Ryan Newman spin, this is where, oh my goodness, everything's going to break loose. So, yeah, and then we had this wreck where Martin Truex Jr. came out, got a tight guy into Joey Logano. That triggered the first big wreck. Well, the second big wreck, I should say, involving Harvick, Elliott. Yeah, my window's open. So, yeah, I can hear some sound effects a little bit outside, but yeah, my window is open. So it's really bright over there. So yeah, Truex, man, I feel so bad for Martin Truex Jr. guys. He had such a great car today. He spun out at the end of stage two, and then ultimately got wrecked in this. Tyler Reddick was also involved. He was kind of mid-tier, mid-pack for the most part of this race in the top 10 and top 15. Then we had this. Oh boy, has Ross Chastain got tight on Kyle Larson. That was the second. This was the last caution that calls for an overtime restart. And then Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, practically almost all the fast cars today pretty much got taken out. We have Truex, he got taken out. Larson, Chastain, they got taken out. But William Byron, he was practically the fastest car once all those guys were out. So, yeah. And then we had some, and then I forgot to say earlier in stage three, there were some drivers taking strategies like Bubba Wallace and Denny Hamlin, my top two favorite drivers. They were trying to play it out the long way to see if there was a caution. Effectively, it didn't work, and Hamlin lost a lap. Bubba Wallace was still in the top 15, but Bubba Wallace, he finished fifth. So I'm happy, very happy for Bubba Wallace. I really want him to be above the cutoff line after this race. And Denny Hamlin, I don't know where he finished, but I think he just finished outside the top. They think he finished in the top 15. So I'm happy for that finish, guys. I'm happy for the top 15. So, yeah. And then Kevin Harvick played really well on the restart, and he pretty much due to how much damage he had from that big crash into Martin Truex Jr. and a few others, he was basically had no chance. And William Byron with that fast car wins, guys. And a year ago, guys, 1 year ago, I was clearly not happy with the finish of that race, guys. Not because I'm a Hendrick Motorsports fan, because I am not one of them. I clearly didn't like Logano's move there because of the fact that he clearly had the faster car, and he practically wrecked Byron and Byron finished outside the top 10. So that's why I got very upset at Logano there, guys. And yeah, you guys know why he's my least favorite driver to begin with. So that's the reason I got mad there, because I didn't feel like that was justified because Logano got Logano got in the wall, but he practically still is up there. If Logano, like I said last year, if Logano could have just played it more a little bit patiently and maybe gotten back in turn two, that would have been completely fine. Byron could have still finished second regardless. So yeah, but last year's finish, I was clearly not happy. But this year, Byron gets redemption, and I'm just happy for William Byron, guys. I am happy for him. Like last year in this race, I wasn't happy, and I'm sure he wasn't either. And this year, this year now gets redemption, guys. I'm so happy for William Byron. Congratulations, man. And man, Ross Chastain, man, and Kyle Larson, guys. I gotta talk about Kyle Larson. I feel so bad for the guy. Like, this is the second time in like 3 weeks that Kyle Larson's been in it with Ross Chastain. First it was with Dover, and now it's at Darlington. Oh my gosh. When can Kyle Larson just catch a break now? Like, last year, no, not last year. Last week, he got loose in front of Denny Hamlin, spun around in the wall clearly. But but Larson um Larson defended Hamlin's move, said it was just hard racing there. That was last week, and I clearly agree with that. And now this week, and Larson gets caught in another incident. So man, guys, I'm telling you, when can Kyle Larson, man, he's been so close at this track too. He's been so close here. Ah, dude, I feel so bad for him. But again, it was just not one of those racing deals, in my opinion, guys. Where Ross Chastain got tied up, it didn't Darlington too. It was a really tough racetrack. So, yeah. But again, William Byron, so happy for him. Good job, man. Even though, yeah, William Byron, congratulations, man. You got it. So I respect William Byron, and got it. So really happy for him, guys. The racing today was in stage one and stage two was not as good as I thought it would be. Last year there was great action all around, and great action all around in the stages. But this year it was just really boring when Martin Truex Jr. took the lead because he dominated. Literally, no one could beat him. No one could. I think in the first 10 laps of the race, I think the only driver that could beat him was Bubba Wallace, and he able to finish in the top five. So, yeah. Now I'm going to take a look at the race results.
And here is the race results. William Byron obviously won the race, finishes first. Kevin Harvick will finish second today. He had some damage after that big crash with Truex and everyone else. That big one, turn two, finishes second. Chase Elliott third. Brad Keselowski was the fastest four, finishes fourth. Fifth was Bubba Wallace. He started second, got top five. Harrison Burton, he surprised me. He finishes sixth today. Kyle Busch will finish seventh. Justin Haley eighth. Ryan Blaney ninth. Rounding out the top 10 is Chris Buescher. Then it's 11th, Todd Gillen. My favorite driver finished 12th, Denny Hamlin. Wow, that's off. Well, that's good for him. So, yeah, what I mean by that is because Car Williams was really that good all day, but 12th, I'm happy with that finish. 13th is Stenhouse. 14th is Stenhouse actually spun out. Um, Stenhouse actually spun out that one time. That brought one of the cautions. Chris Buescher, well, Christopher Buescher, Christopher Bell finishes 14th. Brian Priest 15th, Ty Gibbs 16th, Chris Busch, Chase Briscoe 17th, Joey Logano 18th, Austin Stewart 19th, Kyle Larson after that battle of Ross Chastain, he got in the wall, finishes 20th, Eric Almirola 21st, Tyler Reddick 22nd, AJ Allmendinger 23rd, Corey LaJoy 24th. The Petty GMS cars finished 25th and 26th. Man, they just don't have a lot of speed in their cars. Ty Dillon 27th, Ryan Newman in his NASCAR return finishes 28th. Ross Chastain out of the race 29th. Josh Berry 30th. Truex was in an accident, finishes 31st. Unfortunately, because Truex had a very fast car, one of the fastest cars all day, finishes 31st. BJ McLeod had a steering problem, finishes 32nd. Michael McDowell 33rd. Daniel Suarez was in an accident, and one of the accidents today, finishes 34th. Suarez 35th, and Brennan Poole with a transmission finishes last.
So yeah, guys. In conclusion, the race was okay, was decent, and the finish will definitely bring that up for sure. So, yeah, guys, and there were some drivers that noticed after that big crash involving Truex Jr., Logano, and a few others. That big one in turn two. That one, I'm surprised some of the drivers stayed out. I thought Chase Elliott had to go to the back of the field. I was like, Chase Elliott, he should have like gone back of the field with how much damage he has. But he's surprised. I'm surprised that he stayed in there and look where he got a top five finish. So that's clearly why Chase Elliott wants to stay there, just to get the best finish he can get, and I clearly get that. So yeah, the racing was decent and not as good, not and don't get me wrong, this race was almost like was this race was not as good as last year's in my opinion. I mean, last year's was all out really was really well. Same with the Southern 500 from last year. I cannot wait to go back to Darlington in the fall. I know that's going to be a really great race to watch, guys, because I'm a big fan of night races. I do like night races, so can't wait for that. And the racing's been good. There is not a lot of passing. Track position was really an important part. And sometimes when you get up into the wall, you lose some momentum. Kyle Busch. I gotta talk about Kyle Busch. He had a very good long run car, but he got had some trouble. Same with a few others, and there was not a lot of pit stop penalties today, but they were really costly. Like I know Eric Jones had that loose wheel penalty, real loose wheel that caused that big wreck on the back straightaway. That caused him to go to like 2 laps down. So and yeah, William Byron wins, and this is the 100th win for the number 24 car. So that's something. And the command today was pretty cool. They had all 75 of NASCAR's greatest drivers come up there, which is so cool, guys. And then this upcoming Sunday, North Wilkesboro Speedway is back and better. It will be the All Star Race weekend, and yeah, I'm planning on going live for that race, for the live race reactions for that race. So that's gonna be fun, guys. I cannot wait for that one. It's gonna be very fun, and yeah. So William Byron wins, and yeah. So the racing has been good, was good, guys, and this race brought up way better The finish I feel like was way more exciting than last year's, but the race brought up to but the race I'm gonna rate it a 6 out of 10 for this race, guys. If this finish would never happen, would just stay green. This race probably would have been a 4, maybe like a 5, maybe a 4, maybe a 3 to 5, somewhere around that. Maybe like a 4 out of 10. But due to the finish, 6 out of 10, and the intensity picking up in stage 3, 6 out of 10 for this race, guys. So 6 out of 10 is the rate I'm gonna give. And yeah, the track too tough to tame. A lot of drivers were it is tough at that track, and a lot of drivers, some of them tamed it. Over almost half the field did not. So yeah, what do you guys think about this race? Let me know in the comments. Congratulations to William Byron. And anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.